Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. From Ali Al-Marri, Doha, Qatar, businessman. Is it true that the below article of used words are to be corrected before we spread it? And there is a message that has been spread on the social media with my name. It says, Dr. Zakir Naik. Dear all Muslim brothers and sisters, please read and think of your Iman. Don't write God, G-O-D. Please always write Allah, A-L-L-A-H, because there is no description of God in the Holy Quran. Don't say mosque. Always say masjid, because Islamic organization has found that mosque means mosquitoes. Don't write Mecca with M-E-C-C-A. Always write correctly Makkah, M-A-K-K-A-H, because Mecca, M-E-C-C-A, means a house of wines. And the fourth paragraph, don't write Muhammad, M-O-H-D, in short form. Always write completely Muhammad, M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D. Don't write Muhammad, M-O-H-D, in the short form. Always write completely Muhammad, M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D, because M-O-H-D, Muhammad short form, means a dog with big mouth. If you have groups, please forward it to our Muslim Ummah. Please don't keep it in your inbox. Share the knowledge. Please read this to the end. You hardly have time for Allah, but He loves you and always blesses you. This message, which is spread in my name, is there in the social media for the past several years. I don't exactly know when it originated, but at the outset, let me tell you, this message was not written by me. I came across it a couple of times earlier, but since you have asked this question, let me tell you, this message is not written by me, and it is there in the social media since many years. As far as whether the information in this message, though I did not write, is it correct or wrong? The first information is correct, and the third is partly correct. The second and the fourth is completely wrong. Now let us discuss each of these four messages that have been mentioned point-wise. Number one, it said that don't write God, G-O-D, with a capital G, capital O, capital D. Please always write Allah, L-L-A-H, because there is no description of God in the Holy Quran. This first message is correct, and I said that in my talks on concept of God, image, world religion, and other talks of mine, that God is not the appropriate translation of the English word Allah. And why do we Muslims prefer calling Allah A-L-L-A-H or A-L-L-A-A-H with the Arabic word Allah instead of the English word God? Because the Arabic word Allah, it cannot be played around with. It's a unique word. Whereas the English word God, G-O-D, if you add S to it, it becomes gods, meaning plural of God. There is no plural of Allah. Qul huwallahu ahad. Says Allah one and only. If you add D-E-S-S to God, it becomes goddess, meaning a female God. There is no male Allah or female Allah in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has got no gender. If you add a father to God, it becomes Godfather. There is no Allah Abba or Allah Father in Islam. If you add a mother to God, it becomes Godmother. There is no Allah Mother or Allah Ammi in Islam. If you prefix a tin before God, it becomes tin God, meaning a fake God. There is no tin Allah in Islam. That is the reason I say in my talks that God is not the appropriate translation of the Arabic word Allah. So the right word that Muslims should always use is Allah. But when you use this word God, when you are speaking to non-Muslims, they have got no objection. Because the non-Muslim may not be aware what is the meaning of the Arabic word Allah. So when you are speaking to non-Muslims, and if you use this word or you write this word, there's no problem. Because English language cannot comprehend the Arabic word Allah. So for easy understanding, if you use this word God, when you are speaking to non-Muslims so they understand, for example, when we say, La ilaha illallah, there is no God but Allah. So when you use the word God to translate Allah, because the non-Muslim doesn't know what Allah is, I think there is no problem. But when Muslims speak among themselves, they should use the Arabic word Allah for Allah and not the English word God or the Urdu word Khuda, etc. Hope this explains the first part of the message that has been spread in the social media post. The second is, don't say mosque, M-O-S-Q-U-E, always say masjid, because Islamic organization has found that mosque means mosquitoes. To say that mosque means mosquito is baseless. There are many people who try and say that mosque is derived from the Spanish word mosca, which means mosquito. Tell you frankly, mosquito is a Spanish word. It's not an English word. The English have taken from the Spanish word mosquito, which is derived from mosca, which means a fly. Mosquito means a small fly. And there is no connection between mosquito and mosque. Mosque is an English word. In Spanish, the word is mezquita for mosque. The translation for masjid in Spanish is mezquita. And in French, it is mosque. So the English word mosque has been taken from the French word mosque, which means masjid, and has become mosque. So to say that mosque means mosquito, it's totally baseless. It has got no etymology. It's totally baseless. So in English, if you use the word mosque for masjid, there is no problem at all. And this is the English translation of the Arabic word masjid, and it does not mean mosquito. Hope that answers the question. The third message mentioned in this message is, don't write Mecca, M-E-C-C-A. Always write correctly Makkah, M-A-K-K-H, because Mecca, M-E-C-C-A, means a house of vines. And this message is partly correct, because I have said in some of my lectures earlier that the right spelling of the Arabic word Makkah is M-A-K-K-A-H, and don't spell it as M-E-C-C-A. And I have a reason for that. To say that Mecca means M-E-C-C-A, a house of vines, is baseless. Mecca in English means a place which is of a gathering or where people are attracted for an event. That's the English meaning. But the right word for the city in Saudi Arabia, where the Prophet was born, is Makkah. And the more correct spelling, if you transliterate it from Makkah, is M-A-K-K-A-H. I'm not so much particular if someone makes small mistakes in transliteration, and that's common. But why do I say don't say Mecca, M-E-C-C-A? Because Mecca, if you search, it's Mecca Bingo, is a chain of gambling dens and casinos in UK. There is a company in UK which owns this Mecca Bingo, and they have got 76 branches in UK. They also have branches in Belgium and other countries of casinos and gambling dens. So Mecca Bingo is known for gambling. I don't know whether they purposely use this word Mecca to, maybe because of the city Mecca. I'm not aware of that. But to see to it that we differentiate the correct word Makkah, M-A-K-K-A-H, I do prefer, and I tell to the people that when you write in English for the city Makkah, where the Prophet was born in Saudi Arabia, preferably write Makkah and don't write Mecca. Because Mecca, Mecca, bingo, is a chain of gambling dens and casinos. So to differentiate between these two, I said that, but this information that Mecca is house of wines, I'm not aware from where did this person get from. So therefore I said that the third message is partly right. And the last and the fourth message in this post is, don't write MOHD, that's the short form from Muhammad. Don't write MOHD, always write completely Muhammad, Muhammad, because MOHD, short form for Muhammad, means a dog with a big mouth. I am personally not in favor of writing MOHD, short form for Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that's the name of a prophet, but I did not know that Muhammad means a dog with big mouth or not. So I went on the Google and I searched. And I found out in the Google search, according to Dr. Zakir Naik, Muhammad MOHD short form means dog with a big mouth. That means this social media post became so viral, millions of people saw it, so Google search now has said, okay, according to Dr. Zakir Naik. So Google doesn't have that intelligence of, of trying to find out whether it's authentic by Dr. Zakir Naik or not. So when you search, does Muhammad MOHD means a dog with a big mouth, it will pop up. Dr. Zakir Naik says that. And the full post you will see. The full complete post with all these 4 messages will pop up, and it will come that Dr. Zakir Naik, according to Dr. Zakir Naik, Muhammad means a dog with big mouth. Please let me make it very clear. I never said this, Nauz Billah, and I never said that MOHD short form for Muhammad means a dog with big mouth. This is baseless. But I personally believe that it's preferable when you're writing, write Muhammad in the full form. But in my mobile, I use the word MOHD short form. Why? I have a reason. Because the spelling of Muhammad are various. I think there are more than 50 types of ways in which you can spell Muhammad. And there is M-O-H-A-M-M-E-D, 8 letters. In these 8 letters, 4 are variable. M in the starting, H the third letter, and the first M and the last D, these 4 are constant. The remaining 4 letters can change. So there can be various permutation and combination how you can spell the word Muhammad. It can be M-O-H-A-M-M-E-D. The first letter can have, the second letter can have 2 options, either M-O or M-U. So it can be M-O-H-A-M-M-E-D or M-U-H-A-M-M-E-D. The fourth letter, M-O-H-A, can again be changed into variety. Muhammad, again, the second M, M-O-H-A-M-M. The 6th letter M can be there or cannot be there. Some people spell Muhammad with single M, some people spell Muhammad with a double M. And the second last letter E can either be E, can be A. So when you do a mathematical calculation, because of these 4 variables, the second letter and the M can be there or not be there, the 7th letter E or A, the various permutation and combination, you can have more than 50 different options. So in my search, when I write the name, some people spell M-O-H, some people spell M-U-H. When I write the way they write in the visiting card, I don't remember which spelling has each Muhammad used for himself. So when I search for Muhammad, his name doesn't appear. I said, I know it's there in my mobile. It doesn't, because I don't know what spelling has he used. So in my mobile, all the Muhammad I have spelled as M-O-H-D, common. So that there is no confusion. It's easy to find. Though personally while writing, I never prefer writing the short form, MOHD. I don't like it. But because there is a technical error of the different types of spelling available, and when you search, similarly, I know that I've mentioned this Yusuf in my mobile. When I type, it's not coming. YUSUF, it's not there. Oh, it's not coming. I'm sure of it. Then I realize later on when I get some other way, he spelled it YUSOUF, Yusuf. The same way there are some names which can be spelled in multiple ways. So in my mobile, I use one common spelling, irrespective how the person has spelled his name. I use it same so that when I search for his name in my mobile, I find it. So in my mobile, I do use the word MOHD for short form of Muhammad, because if I type Muhammad, there will be a few hundred MOHD. It is the most common name in the full world. The most common name in the 8 billion human beings in the world, out of which approximately 4 billion would be male, and out of that, out of 2 billion Muslims, 1 billion Muslims would be Muslim male. Surely millions of them have been named by the name Muhammad. It is the most common name. But this message that don't write Muhammad MOHD short form because it means a dog with a big mouth is baseless. It's totally wrong. But I do suggest that it's preferable not to write short forms when you're writing a letter or referring to someone. Better write the full form, irrespective of the spelling, maybe MOH or MUH or double M or a single M, or whether it be ED or AD, whatever it is, that doesn't make a difference, but preferable write the full form. So just to cap it up, that this message was not circulated by me, and I tried to find out. Some say that it was already there in 2016. So 2016 means how many years back? About 7 years back. When it originated, I don't know, but it's very common, become very famous. So in this message, the first one is almost correct. The third one is partly correct. The second and the fourth one is completely wrong. And I've given you the reply to each of these 4 words, that what is the correct ruling. Hope this answers the question.